I'm Adya, I'm 16 years old and the founder of SuperClef. SuperClef is an interactive music theory learning platform. It's basically the Duolingo for music theory. And it's designed to make music theory feel less intimidating, less stagnant, less boring, and much more engaging for students. As a musician myself, I did grade 8 in music theory when I was 12 years old. And I struggled with using books and using long videos, and I ended up just using a course because that course felt a little bit better than the other things that were out there. But even then, I remember my parents used to sit me down and they used to say, watch one video from your course and then you get to watch TV, because otherwise I would just have no motivation in learning. And even now I see loads of students and loads of friends who struggle with finding the motivation to properly learn music theory, and it's not because they're incapable. It's because sometimes the traditionally taught methods can feel static and overwhelming, or just feel incredibly useless or boring. Sometimes you're like, I don't get the point of this. I want to remove that feeling, and this is why I've created a new experience which is completely designed for the student. And last summer, this idea sparked in my head, and that was how SuperClef was born. So let's jump right in to the features of SuperClef. Why would you want to use it and what can you use? Let's jump right in. First of all, you get to choose between light mode and dark mode. It's a simple thing, but it just makes it feel that much more customized to you. The second thing which I've made sure to implement is a preview mode for all the features. I completely understand that when you're checking out a new platform and you are not sure whether you want to make an account and actually use it, it's frustrating to have to sign in first and give your details before you even know what the experience is going to be like. And this is why I've created a preview mode set to grade 1 ABRSM for lessons that you can try out, and also for exams, for past paper content, for flashcards, in both self-review and quiz mode, and also for games. We have these 2 games currently out, and I'm slowly going to add even more games to the platform. And this preview mode allows you to test everything in ABRSM grade 1. And once you sign in, the progress will be saved. So let's give it a try by signing in with this example user I have here. Once you log in, you can choose what your grade is and what your board is. And then you can just go through the main lesson here, and you have the option to close the side panels if you want a clearer view. You have all your chapters here with all the sections of the lessons that are condensed into short and easy sections. And you also have a study guide which tells you how the lesson works and what you can do, what you can try, as well as pro tips and key takeaways from the lesson. In every chapter, you have a boss battle which unlocks once you've done the previous sections and allows you to test your skills and see if you've really understood. On exams, you can choose your board and your grade from the funnel here. And you have past papers, a mistake fault, and retake only missed, which is basically a custom mock generation for questions that you have done incorrectly. Or you can do them individually by going through the mistake fault. If we go on past papers, you will see sample past papers here. You have the option to download them by just a click of a button and it will come up here. You also have an option for practice mode. You can do exam mode. You have tools like a scratch pad and a piano. You can also access them down here. And once you're done, you just submit your exam. It will tell you exactly how you've done in each section. It will tell you whether you have a pass, merit, or distinction by an approximate percentage. And you can also print a report. And let's say you've not done so good on your mock. SuperClef will remind you to keep practicing and get up to standard. You also have a mistake vault, which tells you what mistakes you've made, as well as a retake only missed. In this, you need to have at least 3 questions in your mistake vault before it can generate a custom mock for you. The next feature we're going to explore is flashcards, which is personally my favorite feature. I've always used flashcards, and I realized that there's a lot of vocabulary that you need to learn in music theory, especially for the early grades. So having flashcards for that is super useful for your memorization. There are two ways you can use the flashcards feature. One is self-review and the other is quiz mode. In self-review, you just go through it yourself. You click I know it if you do know it. If you're not sure and you got it wrong, just click try again. And this will all be tracked in your performance metrics, and the cards will make sure to reshuffle so that you can go back to the one that you were unsure about instead of it being repetitive. It also counts the XP that you get, and you also have teacher tips for each word. Of course, you have your deck settings, which allows you to change your board and your grade, as well as choosing specific topics that you're unsure about, or just doing them all. Quiz mode is basically you still have access to everything, only difference is the computer marks it for you. So if you get it wrong, then obviously it tells you there, and if you get it right, then little confetti burst, and that will all be tracked in your performance metrics. And lastly, there's the games portal. This is called Music Theory Arcade, where you have little bite-sized challenges and games where you can practice your skills and get XP, and it's just a nice way to cool down and still learn music theory. So there's currently 2 games, Rockline and Theory Raindrops, and I'll be adding more super soon. What's really good about music theory games is that they keep you super engaged while you're still learning. I was in home education for 5 years, and a lot of the learning I did for maths and science and English was through educational games. So I know how important and how powerful they are. People actually don't realize sometimes how good games are for education, especially if you're someone who just struggles in specific topics or just doesn't find them engaging enough. Games are literally a go-to. So this is why I'll be developing this Music Theory Arcade until it's completely filled. You can already see the games I have planned, and they'll be coming out super soon so that you can try them out. And the final feature I'd like to talk about is personalization. You click on your account and you go on dashboard. This will come up with what level you're at, your XP, what subscription you're using, all the rewards that you have gained, your streak, hours you have studied, how many streak lives you have remaining, also your upcoming exam, personal notes, and your questions. Questions are linked to the teacher-student model. So you can have a teacher account on SuperClef where you can ask your teacher about any questions related to music theory, and these will all come up here. Also, there's an XP rewards guide, so you have complete understanding of how everything works, as well as a roadmap of all the different lessons in whatever grade or board you're doing. All these features here, you don't have to go to the dashboard to view them. You can also see them on your header up here. So let's say you're just going through a lesson, then you can always quickly check here on your streak, your lives, your study time, or your level. And it also informs you when your exam is. One of my favorite personalization features is the exam feature, because it tells you in how many days your exam is, so you can actually keep track of the days going by and the time that you're spending on SuperClef. If you click on here, it takes you straight to your profile, which you can also navigate from clicking settings so that you can change your exam date if you need to. So that is SuperClef. Now here are just some small quick things that I think are really fun, and they're not super important, but if you like them, you may as well use them. First of all, the footer page. When you scroll down from whatever page you're on, you can see the footer here, and this has all the pages on SuperClef, so you can easily travel to wherever you want to go. Click on flashcards, opens the flashcards page for you. So if you're lost or a bit confused, this footer is just the easy way to get to wherever you need to go. Secondly, while SuperClef does work on a freemium plan, you get a lot of features for free. This includes all the games, all the lessons, all the flashcard content. You get it all for free. If you do wish to upgrade to the Hero plan or to the Virtuoso plan, then you get some fun perks like you have unlimited practice, you get more streak lives, 5 in Hero and 10 in Virtuoso. They basically protect your streak if you ever miss a day. You also get some fun stuff like custom themes. You get 5 in Hero and you get 10 in Virtuoso. And in Virtuoso, you also get AI customized mock exams, if that's something that you're into, as well as weekly feedback reports tailored exactly to you so you can track your progress even better. If you're a bit confused about how the pricing works across the different plans, there's also a quick compare plans area here where you can go through everything. As you can see, you get a lot of things on the free apprentice plan. So there's nothing holding you back. I want you as the student to succeed and actually enjoy music theory. And if that means changing the color of your platform and turning it into this really cool sunset fire color and then doing the lessons, absolutely do that. Anyway, I'm going to change it to dark mode. Personally, my favorite. And one final thing, if you ever do feel like there's something that you're confused about or something that you think needs improving or needs to be better, or just any ideas on making this platform better, don't hesitate to reach out. Just click on Contact Us and you'll come to the FAQ page called How Can We Help? On here you can browse so many different topics and questions and you might get the answer to something. And if not, you can just click Contact Support, enter your name, address and your question and it will send the message through. Or you can just email directly on superclef.music@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope it was useful to you. Do come on the platform, check out all the features, make an account if you'd like, and then you can just comment your experience on this video and I'll make sure to check it out. Bye bye!